I'm super happy to be here for another chapter podcast. I'm with the amazing Laura Lee Peters, and the subject of our podcast today is Calmness Secret for Entrepreneurs in Technology, and not only technology, by the way. So, Laura, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me here with you today. I'm so excited, and I'm also excited for the upcoming event that we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
But my name is Laura Lee Peters. Like you already said, I have a background in holistic nutrition, and I specialize in the nervous system. So I've really studied polyvagal theory in depth. So really helping people to learn how to tap in and kind of biohack their nervous system so that they could better manage symptoms of stress, anxiety, any big emotions that come up due to everyday life, but also within a work environment. And that's a little bit about me.
Thank you, Laura. That's fantastic. This is something all of us we need in our society today. So, Laura, you'll be speaking in the next event, Quantum Origin, the Change Chapter, which is like a monthly event combining technology. And today is the first format with adding wellness. And I'm super happy and grateful to have you with us. So, could you please explain today how the nervous system responds to stress in our society?
Yeah, for sure. So our primary system for stress, I won't go too in depth into the science side of it, but we have two kind of switches that we go back and forth between in our nervous system. So we have what's known as the sympathetic nervous system, and we have the parasympathetic. So most of us are in that what's commonly called fight or flight, right? Where we feel like something bad is about to happen kind of all the time. Maybe it's a low grade level for some people, other people it's super high. But that's when we're in that stress part of the nervous system. It's there to keep us safe, but when it gets really too built up and too compounded, like when we have too much stress in our lives, that's when it starts to manifest into bigger outward manifestations like symptoms of anxiety, even anger as well. A lot of people don't realize that's actually just an offshoot of stress a lot of the time. Even symptoms of depression, things like this, it's all signs that our nervous system is overloaded. And so really what we can do is learn to start working with our parasympathetic nervous system. So that's the rest and digest section of our nervous system that helps us to go into a state of healing. It helps us to feel calm. And that really just allows us to find clarity and tackle anything that comes up in life that much more easily, which I think we can all use, especially considering that we're now in like this just like world where everything is so incredibly fast paced, especially in the tech world. It's always changing, it's always evolving. And so when we learn how to kind of apply the tech side, if you will, of our own bodies to become masters of our software, it just helps us to be able to get through our days that much easier and be so much more efficient at what we're doing and feel happier too, which I think everybody's kind of wanting to feel. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. You said something, I totally agree with you. Like, we forget the human being is the most complicated and advanced technology worldwide today.
It really is.
And like, working in our software is like probably reprogramming. I love like neuroprogramming language. I think we have to reprogram our habits, reprogram our perception, our rhythm, because we have demanding life running, social pressure, money pressure, relation pressures. So could you please share like a quick calming techniques, like rapid techniques that entrepreneurs or any human being can use if you are like
100%.
overwhelmed?
For sure. So the very first technique that I ever learned when it came to polyvagal theory, and it's really, really fast, really simple to do. All you do is you take your two hands and you kind of lace your fingers together. You place them behind your head, and then you keep your head straight. So you don't want to shift it side to side. And just using your eyes, you're going to look to the left as far as you possibly can. So again, keeping your head straight. And you're going to breathe in and out for a cycle of 3 breaths. You might feel like you are either wanting to yawn or to sigh, or maybe you feel yourself swallow. And then when you finished the 3 cycles, you can let your arms come down by your side. And then just for time's sake today, we won't do the other side, but you would do the other side. So you do the same thing again, but looking to the opposite elbow. And because we actually have the main nerve that is helping us to shift into the parasympathetic state is called the vagus nerve. And it's actually two separate nerves, but we call it one often. So that's why you want to repeat it on both sides. But eye movements are very, very important when it comes to shifting your stress state, because there's a specific nerve behind your eyes that attaches to that and is connected to the vagus nerve. So those eye movements, so easy to do. It just looks like you're taking a nice stretch. You can do it anywhere. It's not super obvious that you're stressed. And it really helps your body to quickly shift into that parasympathetic rest and digest state. If you're really, really stressed, you can do it for 2 or 3 cycles on each side until you get that physical reaction of, again, either a yawn, swallow, or a sigh, or just an overall feeling of like a decompression that happens in your chest. If you feel any of those things, your body has shifted. You've tapped into that vagus nerve. So super easy. And works right away. You don't have to practice it for years or anything.
Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. You know, I felt a little bit like tingling or special.
Yeah.
I'm passionate by breath work, and
Nice.
this one I never tried. Thank you so much. So,
course.
do you recommend, Laura, a digital detox to
100%.
reduce anxiety?
100%.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, it's very hard, obviously, because we are so tapped in and connected to not just our computers, but our phones all the time. I know myself personally, all throughout the day, I'm getting messages, I'm answering calls and things like that. And it's such a challenge, but it's so important to carve out, even if it's an hour per day. If you can do more, great. But where you literally just go no tech, no TV, no phone, no laptop, anything. If it's to read a book, go for a walk, do a workout, whatever way you can disconnect for that hour a day. It's so important because our nervous systems get overstimulated and we don't often realize it. We're just going constantly, but especially when we're constantly in the posture is the thing that will kind of activate that stress response even more. But there's 2 things primarily. So the posture and then also what's happening with our eyes. So when you're staring at the same spot all day long or relatively the same spot, it actually activates and will trigger your stress response more quickly than if you're using your eyes and looking around the room. So you'll see a lot of exercises, even if you stop throughout the day to like look at a few different objects, look at your finger, look over there. You're helping to break up that stress response throughout your day versus if you're just constantly staring at the same spot. Again, an info for another time. But there's so many different ways that we are being stressed by using technology. There are a lot of ways we can stop that stress cycle, but it's so important that we take that moment throughout our day to say, hey, I'm giving my nervous system a break. I'm giving my brain a break to do that digital detox so that I can just like remember that I'm human again and like reconnect back to the fact that I'm human and that I don't have to be connected all the time. It's so important for our mental health.
That's fantastic. Wow, Laura, I'm super happy to have this podcast and this short video with you. Guys, remember, this amazing lady will be present the next event, Quantum Horizon, Wednesday 15th. Probably going to speak around 7 p.m., more or less. So you are available to businesses, to coach enterprises, to coach entrepreneur. I will share with the podcast video your website, and you'll be present in the event. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I think we're going to have other podcasts together. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. I would love that so much. And thank you so much for having me be a part of this upcoming event and for having me here with you today. I'm so excited. And I'm also so excited to see everything that you've been doing and creating because I know it's helping so many people. So thank you.
It's a community. Thank you so much. We need that. Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Thank you.